Hey there, this is Chris and Dan here, and we're going to do the Rewind Theatre for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Excited, Dan?
Barely contain myself, Chris.
150 years we've been waiting for this one.
Okay, so the first shot of the trailer is a long fade in before we get to anything, and this is the first image. It's a desert.
It's a desert. Is it any specific desert?
Well, I think it's pretty safe to assume this is Tatooine.
Yeah.
Going back to Tatooine, we know that Episode 7 is going to return to lots of classic locations. It's really trying to channel the spirit of the original trilogy, and no better shot to do that than an opening on Tatooine.
No, and indeed, quite a lot of the trailer seems to be set on this planet as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, so there's maybe some footsteps in the background as well, maybe. And then, who pops into shot?
There has been an awakening.
Get to it.
Have you felt
Come on.
Oh, suspense, Chris.
Who is it?
Who's this chap?
There he is. It's John Boyega.
Okay, so he's a British actor.
Yeah, best known probably for Attack the Block, and he clearly here is a stormtrooper. So that's something that we've... go on.
Or is he?
Or is he?
Or again, we're saying, is it referencing the original trilogy? Or is he disguised as a stormtrooper?
Either way, he's in a stormtrooper
That is irrefutable.
uniform.
That is
isn't he?
irrefutable, Chris.
And I think there's been some kind of rumours that he might be a guy who's made a bad choice, potentially.
Okay.
Or, like you say, he could be a guy undercover as well.
So you might have been recruited, or...
And he's looking pretty stressed here. He's looking panicked. He's looking sweaty. Whatever's going on, he's made a bad choice here, I reckon.
He seems on the run from someone.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play a bit more. So you get a little bit more a look at the new Stormtrooper outfit, which is very in keeping with the original, but it looks new. It looks more modern, a bit more updated, a little sleeker.
Yep. Now, who's this little chap?
He's cute, isn't he? He's already my favourite thing about the new Star Wars movie.
A brand new droid who looks a bit like a football. So we like that.
Yeah, so it's quite CGI. So there's a mixture of kind of real world props and effects, but also there is some CGI in this trailer, you know, later on. But even stuff like that, not all the droids are like physical models.
Yep.
And there's actually something really interesting I spotted in the background. Those are all junk pod racers. So I almost wondered, is J.J. Abrams being a little bit cheeky here and having a little pop at Phantom Menace?
If he is, I like it, and that's quite
It's
funny.
on the scrap heap. So we've got another look at the new Stormtrooper outfits there.
Yeah, which I guess were leaked a little while ago. There were some images that were rumoured to be a new design for a Stormtrooper, and it looks exactly like this. So I guess they were right.
It's the same iconic look, but it's those little tiny changes. Just really make it feel a bit more modern.
Something different we're seeing. And so they look like they're about to go into attack, don't they?
It looks like they're in a... Let me just get back to see the blasters there. Again, very in keeping with the original movies. Yeah, it looks like they're in some kind of drop ship.
Yeah, going into battle. And quite a lot of this trailer looks like people going into battle to me. Like they're going to...
Yeah, so this looks like a water... Like they're over a lake or an ocean and they're getting dropped in. Who's this?
This is another British actor, Daisy Ridley, who's more of a newcomer than John Boyega. We don't know who she's playing, but there's rumours that she's playing potentially Han Solo and Leia's daughter, who might be called Kira. That's kind of the rumours that are out there. Could be wrong, and she's obviously on a speeder here. And again, a bit like John Boyega's character, she looks panicked, she looks stressed, she looks like she might be being chased.
Yeah. And I think also seeing her in that kind of get-up, kind of, if it is Leia's daughter, it reminds me of Leia on the bike on Endor.
Yeah.
And actually in close-up, you think it is a bike, but it's actually slightly redesigned from this wider shot.
Yeah, some kind of chunky speeder.
Yeah, it looks quite industrial. You can see the paint chipped off the back fin of it. Again, probably on Tatooine.
Yep. Now, this looks like Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
Star of Inside Llewyn Davis and soon to be Apocalypse in the next X-Men movie.
And he's part of the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah, so we didn't really know what side he was going to be on in this film, so he's a goodie, potentially.
And he looks like he's in the cockpit, if we go to the next shot, and you can see the engines to the left and right in the background of the shot there. He's in an X-Wing, which is pretty awesome.
Again, this is a Star Wars movie, and there looks like there's some Star Wars happening.
The war of stars is happening. This is probably my favourite shot in the trailer, actually. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. So we've got 3 X-Wings there. It looks like we've got Red Squadron in the back, possibly, and then 2 from Blue Squadron in the middle in the foreground. We don't know what planet this is taking place on.
This looks like a planet we haven't seen before in the Star Wars universe to me, but who knows?
Yeah, they do look pretty, they're not like off the conveyor belt factory fresh.
No.
I think
They've seen action.
They've been around for a long time. These,
Yeah.
which I really like the look of this trailer. You know, one of the things that Star Wars did was introduce the kind of a dirty, messy, oily, grimy space, and I think that's present in this trailer.
And also visually, I think we can say there was a problem with the prequel, so there was a bit too much CG.
Yeah.
This feels like a combination between the old trilogy and the new one.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in between.
Using modern technology, because I went to the Star Wars fan celebration in Germany a couple of years ago, and it was after Episode 7 had been announced, and Kathleen Kennedy, the producer, was on stage, and she knew how important it was and what J.J. Abrams wanted to do was capture the original film. So they're using similar lenses, practical effects. That's why they got a lot of the same cast and crew back.
Now we're cooking.
This is when things get scary. So do we think this is the same planet as the water planet? Because those mountains in the background look quite snowy as well.
Yeah.
So maybe the same location.
Potentially. This looks like a bad dude.
The dark side.
So he's just taking out his lightsaber. That's quite a good lightsaber, isn't it?
Yeah,
Chris?
oh, well, it looks like a sword, but we've seen this before, haven't we? Kinda, have we? Oh, hello. No, we haven't.
So it's got a cross guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
A sword saber.
A sword saber.
A broad saber.
Yeah. So there are things called like cross guard lightsabers, also known as a forked lightsaber in the extended universe, which kind of doesn't. They kind of said when Disney acquired Star Wars, some of the extended universe isn't canon anymore. But it was used by a Jedi known as Roblio Darte, but he had twin blue blades. He didn't have the kind of three, almost like the fork, on the hilt there. Looks pretty imposing. Looks quite medieval in a way as well.
Is it a health and safety nightmare?
Probably.
But I guess these guys aren't clumsy, are they?
No.
Wielding these.
But also, I think it's worth saying here, I assume this is the character that's maybe narrating the trailer. We've got nothing to base that on.
Potentially.
But
So
we're commenting on what we're looking at. But yeah, do you want to go on?
Yeah, so obviously at the start of the trailer, the voiceover said, there's been an awakening, have you felt it? And here, this potentially the same voice, I think it probably is, says the dark side and the light. So whose voice is that? Who's the character? Who's the actor?
Yeah, is this the apprentice or is this the master Sith?
I mean, there's been rumours that Adam Driver's playing a villainous character in this film, and this is a tall guy, isn't it? This is a guy with he's got long arms. This could be Adam Driver, but then the voice, is it Adam Driver's voice? I don't know. We've speculated that it might be Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think it sounds like Benedict Cumberbatch doing a voice.
Because it does sound like him.
It really does. He has a very distinctive voice. It has a slight lilt in it that you can detect Cumberbatch in there, I think.
And there have been rumours circulating that he is in this movie, even though there's been no confirmation anywhere.
And I think if that is true, I imagine, wonder if he's playing like an Emperor type character. He is the master and Adam Driver is his apprentice, and that's who we're seeing here, perhaps.
Potentially. Or it could be Andy Serkis, it could be Adam Driver himself doing a voice, but I'm going with Benedict.
I think that's
the
most intriguing part of the trailer, actually, the voice.
Yeah.
Actually, just go back. I just want to go back and look at the actual lightsaber itself. It's very like crackly, and it seems like thinner. I don't know. We haven't compared it, but it looks really thin, and the effect on the lightsaber looks more kind of fiery and violent. Don't know what you think about it. You can see it strobing there. It looks a bit more like out of control.
Yep. Yeah, it's slightly different. More fiery. I'm in agreement.
That's a fiery one.
Now we're cooking. The money shot. The money shot, isn't it? We've got the music and we've got the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's all you need. So, again, the acrobatics on this are insane. So some really interesting camera work going on.
Yeah, back on Tatooine, we're guessing.
And then, if that was not enough for you, 2 TIE fighters. That image just says Star Wars, Chris.
Because we've only got 88 seconds here.
Yeah.
And it's not a huge amount happening. And I think some disappointment in that we're not seeing some of the old characters, the ones we were most looking forward to seeing. So we got no Han, no Leia, no Luke, no Chewie, no 3POs. So we've got new characters. So it's nice to see something, a real classic character, which I consider the Millennium Falcon.
Because there was a lot of kind of fan-made trailers going around. I think the moments that got me the most is when you saw Luke Skywalker, you saw Mark Hamill. And I think this is the closest the trailer gets to it, of evoking that nostalgia. That's exciting, isn't it? You got
Title card coming out December. So yeah, final thoughts. What do you make of the trailer, Dan?
I think it's exciting. It's a little tease, but I don't think it I didn't go crazy for it like I did with Phantom Menace back in the day, but
Agreed.
I don't think anything could quite compare to the level of mania surrounding that.
Sure, but I think maybe if they had had some of these older characters, I think we'd be a little more excited now. It's very, very much a teaser, isn't it?
Yeah, I love the look and feel of it. I think the tone is what I expected. I knew J.J. Abrams would nail that. Like, Star Wars is his favourite film. You've got so many of the same cast and crew. You're shooting in the same locations. It's going to feel like Star Wars, and I think they've nailed that.
So just over a year to wait. Exciting times for Star Wars fans.
It's awesome. So, and that's the new teaser trailer for everything on Star Wars between now and its release. Stay right here on IGN.